It's hard to miss the Theraphosa Apophasis, as it persists in being on the list of arachnids I promise one can't dismiss in this game that makes some remiss while bringing a sense of bliss to folks who can't resist. This species that brings degrees of unease to those whose knees grow weak when tease seize prey to appease needs. They'll snatch a catch to dispatch and match foes out to hatch a plan to land a fang or hand on this critter that can reprimand any that might stand to see it damned. Though the sight of its fangs might set things right with fright to bite during a fight could cause quite to stir to deter despite another creature's attempts to smite this beast that doesn't live to spite just to survive the night. Out of a family of 3, it might not be the heaviest to be kept frequently, but it's a beast you'll see grow impressively as we set prey free to be. A food source, the main course, introduced without remorse to succumb to a force we endorse. They are seen as insectivores, but when outdoors they'll look for meals they can score upon the forest floor. Insects or a poor vertebrate they can't ignore. It's not that they adore gore, but must feed before energy stored is used till they can't refuse predators who choose to abuse as they look to have them lose their life to amuse dues that ensue. They are on the food chain and thus remain strained by the same insane cycle maintained by all who retain lives gained by what we entertain as chance. Whether you advance or lose your stance in this song and dance that seldom grants a means to even glance a way to enhance one's existence, with thus there's a sense that said presence of foes life presents may be less intense as we dispense food and act in defense of pets that make some tense. Theraphosa can be found primarily on the ground, scrounging around where bugs are bound to be found. In Venezuelan and Brazilian rainforests, they do their best to rest when not trying to quest after prey they ingest out in nests where they're less likely to be pressed by unwanted guests.
Whoa!
Nests laid
Holy
with web mats
shit!
made to dissuade escapades, as urticating hairs aid in quelling raids or unexpected tirades from various predators they're afraid may prey on them someday. A defensive creature with an aerial feature that's quite the teacher. Because when thrown, urticating hairs are prone to make you moan, an itch if shown to land on skin, causing a full-blown reaction on its own. And when inhaled, your system will be assailed by irritations on a scale that might prevail at making you sick and pale, possibly even frail. These teas are easily pleased, just appease their needs and keep their feces out of water they don't want seized. Lasiodora Parahybana is fauna. You'll wanna keep more than an iguana, though they can act like a prima donna due to drama. When young, they might bite or throw quite a few hairs if some sight causes them fright. But as adults, they shy away from acts that may cause dismay and tend to stay dormant all day. And when the day ends, they tend to descend to impend death on prey, forced to attend a fate I wouldn't recommend. They get by, staying out of the watchful eye of most animals nearby who might try to apply efforts to see them die. For they are on the menu for animals who look through leaf litter to find a meal to pursue. Their own kind will eat their behinds if they find each other during tasks that align with trying to dine. They'll do their best to defend nest from unwanted guests, as guests tend to cause them unrest, and they do their best to avoid such a mess and the stress it would press. Their burrows pose a safe haven from most foes most know would impose woes. Tarantulas are not a tough lot, though when caught or simply distraught, they'll give violence a shot, but when it's brought, they can easily get got. You can't drop these critters atop a surface, so stop trying to prop these critters up for a photo op. Because if they hit the floor from a height more than 2 feet or have to fight for their life, gore will likely be what's in store for the poor creature that wants to be ignored. A clutch laid could aid in helping this species evade any notions displayed that they have strayed toward the brink of being extinct, though I think they're more often linked to success when it comes to nests where pairing will bless eggs that will address such duress. A clutch laid could aid in helping this species evade any notion displayed that they have strayed toward the brink of being extinct, though I think they're more often linked to success when it comes to nests where a pairing will bless eggs that will address such duress. They create a chaotic state when they procreate, as their offspring masticate on siblings while they wait to vacate egg sacs that help placate needs that relate to their fragile state, meaning their fate is up for debate as soon as their 8 legs undulate. Each egg sac is packed with thousands of slings who will act to attack if they feel they lack the sustenance needed to interact with the world out to snack on them. In fact, it's why keepers react by pulling sacks so slings can't enact such an obscene scene that means to intervene on financial gain seen as serene. Maybe these babies crave the flesh of their kin like they've rabies, but they've gave me the joy that helped save me from thoughts that came to claim my mind once framed to entertain addictions aimed at sullying my name.